So Star Wars Celebration has passed. However, we did get a panel all about Galaxy's Edge. I'm Dan from themeparknut.com, and today we are going to watch that panel and show you some of the highlights. So I did get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the episode 9 panel on Friday night, my time. However, I planned to then do the same thing on Saturday night to see the Galaxy's Edge panel, but I didn't make it. So I've downloaded it. I'm going to watch it now. I've seen little bits of news and things from it eke out on Twitter over the last few days, but I thought I'll watch it clean. And then basically share with you guys what I think the highlights from this panel at Star Wars Celebration were. So, let's get to it. Okay, here we go with the panel bringing Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to life at Disney Parks. From the celebration stage at Star Wars Celebration. Whoosh. This is our sort of teaser ad that we've seen for Galaxy's Edge, which is extremely cool, but we know that.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, opening May 31st at Disneyland Resort and August 29th at Walt Disney World.
So we saw that video a few weeks ago.
Star Wars Celebration stage, please welcome Imagineer Scott
Yay,
Trowbridge.
Scott Trowbridge, an excellent Imagineer. I'm so glad that he was.
Good morning, Star Wars Celebration.
Cool.
Are you guys excited about hearing about Star Wars
Haven't got any
Galaxy's
video
Edge
yet,
and finally
Scott.
being able to step into the galaxy of Star Wars? I am so glad you're excited because we are so excited to be able to build this for you, our biggest Star Wars fans. So excited to share with you today some new things, some things you guys are going to be hearing first. We think that's a
Oh, there he is.
because you guys are our biggest Star Wars fans.
Okay.
We want you to hear these things first.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Bring it on, Scott.
Awesome.
Okay, so at the moment I'm pretty happy that I didn't stay up 2 days in a row to get an ad for first, which was a great cause, but unrelated. And
Star
then
Wars
essentially a comedy
Celebration.
skit. So,
Make some noise, raise your sabers,
But-
and put your hands together for your host, Josh.
now we got Josh Gad coming out, so this could be something fun.
We're doing this again! We have so little time and so much to cover, so let's get started. Scott, first question is for you. I know that because I just read it on this screen. It's a question you've answered before, so I want you to answer it differently with pictures.
Okay. All right. Well, we did bring some pictures. We brought some stuff to share because we've been making great progress on the project. So we're almost.
Can you tell us everything about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge?
How much time do we have?
But there's like a Mission Impossible clock ticking backwards, so not much time.
Okay.
Go.
Well, then probably not everything because we also, just like I told you, we want to see it for yourself when you can see it in person. But we do have some things we want to share with you.
Okay.
Taste
This is where I'm
of what
interested.
Star Wars Galaxy's
What are we
Edge is
looking at?
about.
Amazing.
Travel, it's kind of fallen in prominence a little bit, and it's actually now a place where you're going to find more of the
The
you
underworld.
don't want to be in the mainstream, the smugglers, the rogue traders, the adventurers who are looking to crew up for some adventure into wild space. Basically it's all the interesting people, and a place for us to start our Star Wars story. And that's what we want.
Still wish it was Tatooine. Sorry.
For you to feel like you can participate in Star Wars, not just be a
I know sand is horrible,
Star
but
Wars.
still
So
want to
do
go to
that, we had
Tatooine.
create a place that is big. This is the biggest
Maybe
project
one day.
Disney's ever done, and we're doing 2 of them, one in California, one in Florida. It's also the most epic and the most immersive experience I think that we've done ever. Everything has got this focus on authenticity, attention to detail, immersiveness. Whether you're going through the street markets of Black Spire Outpost, kind of shopping for some unique trinket that's only available on this planet, or
Wow.
And
It's great
everything,
art.
everything in that street market feels like it was made by people on that planet for people on that planet. So all the
If it's actually gonna look like that, it's gonna
that special kind of authentic
be incredible.
feeling like you'd see it only in the world of Star Wars. Or maybe you want to sample some for the first time. We can bring Star
Yeah,
Wars
so
to
I've seen
life
that shot
all your
before
senses.
with
So
the
maybe
roasting
sample
over
some
the
food or drink.
Engine.
at the edge of
Ooh,
the
now you have my interest.
Well, yeah. So this is one of my favorites. So at the end in the street market, someone's taken an old pod racing engine, they've turned it on its end, and they're using it to spit roast these giant hunks of space meat, let's say.
Space meat.
Yeah, I'm all about
yeah,
space meat
space-
too.
It is
Yeah, don't worry.
delicious.
Oh.
Let me tell you, it's delicious. But if you don't want to just kind of shop and snack, which is okay,
No, that's what I want to
no, that's
do.
fine. That's fine. We have some other adventures, some more active adventures for you, because we have two big anchor attraction experiences. This one, what is this? The name of this hunk of junk? I can't remember. That's right, the Millennium Falcon. Right. So who here wants to fly on the
Someone
Millennium
just
Falcon?
screamed Enterprise.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're
Like,
going to give you that
the
opportunity.
art's
not just to
amazing,
fly
but
on
they've got the
Millennium
actual
Falcon, but
cockpits
become the
there.
flight crew.
Like,
To, you know, to
Are we
going
gonna
to
see any of that? I hope we see some of that. I don't want to ride. I don't want a full POV, but something out of the
It's
ride.
really a lot of fun, and I get to actually fly the Falcon sometimes, so I know that it's actually a lot of fun. I'm sorry, I know you don't want. I know
Making
you
me
want
so
to.
angry.
I know,
right
I know.
now. I want to
I
know
want
more.
you to
What
know.
else is there, Scott?
So opening later this year, we have another big attraction that's part of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's called Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, I haven't seen that
Yeah.
before.
And it is the most epic. It is the biggest. It is the one of the most
I knew there was a
complex
forest
attraction
bit, but that-
experiences
wow.
anybody else has ever built. So if you go outside of the
That's
village, go outside of
cool.
Black Spire Outpost, in the forested area, in the remains of the ancient ruins, as we often do, that's where we find the Resistance, and they're encamped there, and they're looking for new recruits. That's going to be us.
I'm on board.
Because it's Star Wars, not everything goes
Wish it
according
was
to
open
plan,
at
and we might even
opening,
find
but whatever.
ourselves prisoners of the First Order and captive on board
Mhm.
the Star Destroyer. I know. And if you've ever really been on a Star Destroyer, it's not a lot of fun. You want to get off that Star Destroyer, and that's exactly what we're going to do. You know, and because it's Star Wars, it is going to be epic. This is the biggest attraction we've ever built. It is filled with.
I've heard
characters.
rumors that there's like an extravagant amount of time that you spend in this attraction, like 1 minute and 30 seconds. or
It's
something.
more than that.
28 minutes.
It's more than
Theme
that.
park stuff.
Because it should be epic because Star Wars, right? Yeah, that's why we're going big with this attraction. And so, listen, I don't want to give it away, but you know, you're going to face the First Order. You may even come face to face with.
Kylo Ren.
I didn't say it. You did.
Oh,
And if
That's
you can
previously
survive
been
that
Ray.
announced.
encounter-
Just shake your head, yes or no.
You gonna see Poe?
Oh yeah, BB-8.
Yeah, well, BB-8. Yeah.
Oh, I
Let's
cannot
stop there,
wait.
yeah.
Okay, let's stop there.
So yes, all of those fan favorite.
Admiral Akbar.
I've got some bad news.
Yeah.
Too soon, Josh.
Too soon. Sorry.
Got some
Too
bad
soon.
news.
No.
As Josh storms off the stage in tears. Okay, all of those fan favorite characters are going to be there, and if you can survive this encounter with the First Order, if you can survive an encounter
So
with
that's
Kylo Ren
interesting.
and make
Confirmed
it
that we're
back
going to
to
see Poe
the
and
Movies,
BB-8.
you will be
I
celebrated
mean,
as
we
heroes
sort of
resistance,
knew that
celebrated
we
throughout
would.
the land. Can't wait to
Um,
share this experience with you later when we open later this year. But we also made a
I think we'll see them as videos, not as animatronics. But
That's
maybe
kind
I'm
of
wrong.
sets the stage for what's about to happen right before we get there in Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance.
But yes, we've seen that before. That's nothing new.
And you know, one thing, another question you didn't ask, but I'm going to answer.
Please.
All of that was shot actually.
Confirmed.
inside the
Wow.
attraction.
I
Okay.
was going to ask you
Yeah.
this. That's insane.
That's the level of a detail. The
And I've
level
heard
of
like
That is
there's
cool.
an exorbitant amount of stormtroopers there.
It's the First Order.
Don't talk around my questions. Just tell me answers. Okay, great. Well, in all honesty, I truly am amazed at how insanely cool this looks. But I sort of have an authenticity question for you, Doug. Because as we all know, you've had your hand on this for a long time. You know this world better than anyone. How accurate is it? And be honest. You can speak garbage about all of them. Now's your chance.
Absolutely.
Great.
But what amazes me about
Yeah,
seeing
Doug,
these
tell
videos yes, is that there's no movie magic behind this. These are all real attraction experiences and places that guests will actually.
Now there is some magic in there, just
And I'm gonna
quietly,
ask
but
you,
yes,
because I've had this
not
question
movie
for a while
magic.
now. So why a new planet as opposed to something like Tatooine? Why are we going to a brand new
Good
one?
question.
Well, when we were trying to figure out what the land should be, we kind of started to explore all the different places we could take our guests. You know, like Tatooine or maybe even Mustafar. But ultimately, when you think about it, those places are a reflection of the characters that they represent. for example, I mean, when you think about Tatooine in New Hope, Luke is a moisture farmer. He's a simple person, and he wants to escape this mundane life. He wants to, he has a longing for adventure, and so the bleak desert landscape reflects this emptiness. And so when we approach our designs for the environments, we really want to design the environments with purpose.
Yeah, and well, that was important because as we sat down, we started designing Black Spire Outpost. It wasn't about a single person. It wasn't about Luke or Anakin's journey. It was about your journey. And that was really, I think, the turning point design for us. And we said, you know what, it's really about you. You are that rogue adventurer, that scoundrel, that...
Yeah, which is cool, but it's still, like, and I still want to be in the Star Wars universe, and this still is, but, you know...
When we said, you know what, this is it. This is the switch that we need to flip to really start to think about crafting a place that we've never been before.
It should have been
scary
scary
for us at the same time because, we know as fans we want to go visit those classic places, but at the same time we wanted to build.
They were so limited. I agree that all the places in Star Wars are so limited.
That you could go and have those moments with them in a land that was timeless, and that was really, I think,
That's the great thing about Harry Potter is both of those lands are timeless and in world.
Incredible. Speaking of story,
Not that kind of doc.
Yeah. No, let's talk about Doc. I'm excited because we really haven't, I think,
No.
said much about him. Other than little hints. By the way, anyone catch? He was actually mentioned in Solo. Did anyone catch it?
I didn't.
So there's a moment in Solo where
Right.
they talk about Doc Endar. It's brief, but he was introduced there for the first time. But Doc Endar, he is this Ithorian figure. Matter of fact, here's the image of him. This is the.
Oh, that's that guy. Right. Okay.
Incredible detail. I mean, he is everything you would want out of an Ithorian.
I have seen him. The name wasn't familiar,
and he's
but
got an amazing personality. He is not necessarily the nicest guy
Interesting.
on this planet. He is the head of the black market. So if you really want that obscure,
it's nice to have bad aliens
this is the guy
in Star
you gotta
Wars,
seek out. You gotta
or
go and you gotta barter for it. You
because
actually have to work.
there's actually quite few. Most of the time, it's humans that are evil. Like the First Order is all humans and clones of humans.
What I love about this project is because we're timeless.
In the
it doesn't matter
Empire,
when you
obviously.
come into the franchise or we're a fan of what part of this franchise. If you love the prequels, if you love the original trilogy, the current trilogy, standalone films, the Clone Wars, we placed things in Doc Endar's shop for all of you. There's so many Easter eggs in this shop. I've lost track of what we put in this
Yeah,
shop.
we walked Pablo and Matt into the den, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's from Phantom Menace, and that's from that," and they were like freaking out, and we're like, "That's exactly what we want, right
yeah.
there."
It's heaven. Like even right now, just looking at the picture, I just want to start examining the things in the background.
It's really, really cool, and so it's exciting because it's once again you can purchase even lightsabers.
Again, which is great, but I want to make sure it feels like I'm in the universe, not just in a shop that has memorabilia.
I want
But
to talk for a second
hopefully
about
they've
the
pulled it
design
off.
scheme because I noticed that you guys have like a very Moroccan market vibe to it. Did you do a lot of exploration in discovering that and landing on that? Did you guys go anywhere to sort of take a look at places?
Yeah, we do. As Imagineers always do. We like to.
You guys just go to Epcot and we're like, okay.
We did. We went to Morocco at
Okay.
Epcot. It was a very short trip.
Well,
no, we
call it like you see it.
Authenticity. That has been. When we start our design process, we always pin up on the wall, literally with things in cards, certain words that we want to make sure the design team sticks to. Authenticity was the very first word that we placed up on the wall. We said we cannot build a Star Wars land that is not authentic, that it is not, that we don't make you, the guest, feel like you're actually there, that you've stepped into the film. That was important. And by the way, we're taking it to extremes. We've never done anything within Imagineering like this, right? And so yes, we went and we did our research. We spent time in Istanbul, Morocco, because those are places that have an ancient history to them, that are places that have this layering that has taken place of multiple cultures and
It does look
tapestry
incredible.
created. The
Like
marketplaces
all the
are
art
very
we've seen
similar.
looks incredible.
And so when you visit Black Spire Outpost in our markets, they feel very familiar, but yet they're very Star Wars.
Speaking of authenticity, you started talking about lightsabers. I think that is an area of interest for everybody here. Can we leave Star Wars Galaxy's Edge with our very own lightsaber? Is this possible?
Yes, it is possible, and there are a couple ways to do it.
Yes.
One, you go visit Doc Endar and try to barter for one. But two, if you can find a guy named Savi who lives on this planet, you might know how to build a lightsaber. And so we're going to let you, their guests, actually have that opportunity to go into Savi's workshop, seek out this ancient builder, and build probably the coolest, most high-end lightsaber that we've ever designed.
So we've never been able to get these lightsabers before, is
No,
that
these
correct?
are one of a kind. They will belong to you. No one else will have this
And
style
actually,
saber.
you customize it yourself, so it could truly be one of a kind. And you customize it.
Cost a couple of $1,000,
Really,
right?
really cool. You know, so Scott also mentioned
The
you know,
wizard
just
picks the wand.
walking through. I think this
No,
is
the
what has
wand
been great
picks the
working
wizard.
with you, Doug, on design is you know filmmakers they really get to play with just two senses, right? The visual and the audio, right? You know, what you hear. But we as Imagineers get to play with what's Galaxy's Edge feel like? What's Star Wars feel like as I walk through the land? What's that texture? What's that grit that brings it to life?
I can't,
You know,
like,
that makes it feel like Star Wars. What do
we
you-
knew like
what do you
6 characters that had lightsabers
That's a weird
in
thing
most
to
of the
say, right?
films.
But you mentioned Ronto Roasters, Scott, and
I can't
walking
imagine a
through
shot where you're
marketplace,
lining up with
hearing
45 other
everything
people
you're
to try and go and make
these amazing
lightsabers.
senses that are taking place, but then the
gonna
smell
feel
of
right.
Ronto
But-
being roasted on this giant spit is quite a
Space
unique
meat,
thing.
yes.
Space meat, yeah.
What does a space meat taste like? Can you tell us?
You think it smells like and tastes like, Josh?
Falafel?
More like shawarma.
Shawarma?
Shawarma, yeah, space
Yeah,
shawarma.
I want some space shawarma.
And try the Minot jerky as well.
Yes, the Minot jerky is delicious.
Yum.
Any blue milk?
Well,
I would
we
eat
do.
that.
You know, it's not just about they're also things that you might
And it's not
And
milk,
green
it's
milk.
non-dairy.
Yes, blue and green.
What does the blue and green milk taste like?
well,
Please don't say shawarma.
It does not taste like shawarma. But you know what? For 40 years we've wondered, right? And now when you come to Black Spire Outpost, you're actually going to find out for yourself.
That's
Looks
amazing.
cool. Looks cool.
And it's not the only thing that we have.
No, it's not. It's
I mean,
not.
we the amazing food and beverage, as Chris said, bringing Star Wars to life with all the senses is something that we've been really, really focused on because we really, truly want you to immerse yourself in these experiences. And
Authenticity. I mean, I think this
Yeah.
next piece
Yeah.
will speak to the level of authenticity that we have gone to on this project.
authenticity, attention to detail, and I'm actually excited to share
Hmm.
something now with you guys for the first time. You guys are going to be the first anywhere to see this or hear about this. We've actually, in that quest for authenticity and attention to detail, we've actually been working with a partner of ours. Almost 4.5 years we've been working to bring something new, something exciting to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's going to feel familiar, but very,
I'm
very
intrigued.
authentically Star Wars. And instead of me actually telling you about this,
Do we have a video?
you said more pictures.
More
So I
pictures.
brought more pictures for
Show
you.
it to us.
So I want to show you this and see if you can figure out. I'm sure you will.
What are you
it is we're
talking about?
talking about and what is
This is
new
an
thing that we're bringing
exclusive,
to the world of
apparently.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
What was that? Look,
Big
there.
red box. What? Oh. What? Is that Coke written in Arabic? In a round bottle. And Sprite. And, oh god. Really?
Uh-oh.
Wow. I'll have what she's.
So it's just straight up Coke in a different bottle.
You know
That's
what? I know
not
someone that
exciting.
could
I
help
mean,
make that happen. To talk about how we were able to bring this great thing
like,
into the world of Star Wars, I
it's
wanted to
cool,
somebody
but,
from the
I mean,
Coca-Cola company, Brad
people in the
Spicker
theme
and Matt
park
Cooper have
world
been working
know
with us on this
how
project to help bring Star Wars to
J.K.
life.
Rowling would not allow Coke
Matt,
in
hey, you brought things.
Hogsmeade, the
Aren't
Wizarding
these
World of
cool?
Harry
I
Potter.
just think these are
They
so
had to
cool.
create their own drinks, and
Yeah, I
how
think they're
successful that
awesome
was.
too.
But this is such a...
Why
This
is
is the
Coca-Cola
reverse.
willing to come
I don't know how I
with us
feel
in the
about
world of
that.
Star Wars, excited about coming into the world of Star Wars with us.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Scott.
And Matt, I know that you worked
No.
on this.
I don't like
helping
it.
to design this thing from the very
I'm
beginning.
okay with them selling
tell
Coke,
me,
and I'm
like,
okay with
what's
it being
like to
Arabic,
bring,
but I'm not that...
to bring
I'm
Star
not
Wars to life with this
impressed by it.
design?
Absolutely.
At all.
So, guys, this would not have happened without the awesome team at Walt Disney Imagineering. Scott, Chris, and team, they really brought the
Like,
vision to us and allowed us to take our Coke brand.
If there was different flavors or something, then yeah, put it on. But this is just bog standard Coke in a different shaped bottle. That's
Great and tattered. So we wanted something that almost appeared like it was pulled off of the ship or left behind and was repurposed as something that you could consume some of your favorite drinks in. But all the while, we still wanted to add some visual cues that allowed you to quickly understand what it was that you were about to consume, but not so much that it took you out of this storyline and put you back into reality.
This is a big
So, I mean, you know,
wank.
they turned
But I
out
don't like it.
awesome. And the Arabesh Coke stylized logo on this T-shirt. What do you guys
I
think?
mean, that looks okay.
Did everybody get a T-shirt?
Yeah.
I didn't get a T-shirt.
I want a
I
T-shirt.
did not get a
Yeah,
T-shirt.
Well, guess what, guys? Does everyone have their ticket that they grabbed when they walked in? Awesome. On your way out, you're going to be able to get one of your own. Yeah.
Awesome.
Free T-shirt. Thanks, guys.
That's
See
so
you at
exciting.
Galaxy's
Thank
Edge.
you
At
guys
least they
for
gave
coming to
kids-
play in the
at
world
least
of
they gave
Star
them
Wars
shirts
with
for
us.
going, so
We
that's
couldn't
cool.
have done this without you. This is great.
Like,
Thanks
I
for
don't-
helping bring
again,
that
I don't mind it,
authenticity
but,
and that immersion to life.
Thanks,
Let's give a big hand for Brad and Matt from Coke.
Product placement, synergy.
Awesome.
I'm really angry that I didn't get a ticket. That made me very thirsty. Chris, tell me about, speaking of thirst, we call this a transition. Tell me about the cantina.
Well, you know, every outpost on the edge of the galaxy has to have a cantina, right? You
And
have to have
Tatooine
place
has a
for the
cantina. Why couldn't we go to
long space
Tatooine
trip
and
and
go?
land
Anyway,
on your freighter.
I'm gonna stop
Place to go and have a refreshing
whinging.
beverage. So, yeah, we have a cantina on this planet.
It does look
and
cool.
You know what? The drinks are going to be so amazing. They are cool.
You're gonna have to
They're-
wait 4 hours to
they're
get in there and have to
strange
scull your drink and get out. But it does look
world.
amazing.
We had a lot of fun coming up with the beverages. For
Oh yeah.
Yes, and Scott and I think we had our fair share of sometimes a little too many. But you know, that's the rough job of being an Imagineer. And so it's been great, and we're really excited because the food and beverage team within Parks and Resorts really just knocked it out.
I'm
of
against
Galaxy
alcohol
with,
at Disneyland. I
but
don't.
I would say
No.
the other
Hollywood
thing
Studios go
was
nuts, but
the star of the
Disneyland,
show
no.
was DJ Rex.
DJ Rex is cool.
Oh, yes. This is what I was going to ask you. Now, are we talking Rex from Star Tours Rex?
Yes, that would be the Rex
Oh.
we are talking about.
Yes. Rex, this was before you were born. Rex was pilot on Star Tours.
Oh, yeah, we'll explain
I
it later.
loved him. I loved Rex as a kid. So
Is
how
he
did
correctly
get
voiced?
on
That's the
to-
question.
So, I mean, despite just graduating high school, I'm a bit of a historian, so I've looked into Rex. No, I'm actually a huge Rex fan, and when I found out when the Imagineers were talking about bringing Rex back for the Cantina, my brain immediately started spinning. I'm like, I need to figure out the story that gets him from Star Tours to here. And I guess I kind of wrote a little bit of fan fiction.
A little bit. It was like 17 pages
It
long.
was really long.
that had to take place.
I call
Good
that
on
a
you,
book,
dude.
by the way.
Sorry, guys. But I guess the short story is basically Rex kind of flunked his way out of Star Tours, eventually, through some misadventures, found his way to the Rebellion. In the final battle of the Galactic Civil War, the Battle of Jakku, and a very epic TIE fighter chase, he ends up crash landing on Batuu. There he is rescued by the local droid smith, Mubo, where he's repaired and made into a DJ for Oga's Cantina.
Okay. All right. So we know he's a DJ, which leads me into my next question. What kind of music can we expect? Are we thinking the stylings of Figure and Dan and the modal nodes, or is it...
Well, I mean, everyone loves that classic cantina sound that we've heard, for 40 years that comes from a cantina. And Figure and Dan, we wanted to kind of bring that to this cantina as well, but not that same song that we've heard, right? That we assumed that Figure and Dan, they probably had other hits, right? And so we've got some other music.
I just hope they have a
Same
long
style
music loop.
That would be.
I want you to stop talking around my question and play something for this audience.
Oh yeah, I'll hear it.
Okay, this is another
This-
Star Wars celebration first. You guys are the first to hear this. This is another
And it's not an
song
ad for anything.
From Figure and Dan and the Modal Nodes. Let's
The
play.
B side.
I like the music. It's got the right feel. Yeah.
It's got that classic sound.
Love that. I love that.
Classic cantina sound.
Do we have anything else? Do we have maybe another sample?
We brought for you.
For me.
We brought something else.
Yes.
So it's not just that classic cantina sound that makes up the music of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We've actually expanded the repertoire greatly. We have got so much really, really, really fun stuff that we are going to be able to unveil to you when you get there. But as a quick little teaser, I want to play one of Rex's favorites. And this is from an all-droid band. And kind of like Rex, they don't always get it right the whole time. But it's one of Rex's favorites. It's one of my favorites. Let's listen to another track that we might hear in Oga's Cantina.
Okay, so this is interesting. Yeah, it's not my style of music, but you know, whatever.
Wow,
It's-
it's very cool. It's like an all.
What do you guys
Yeah,
think? What do you think?
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's like an ultra.
How are they going
version
to
of Hamilton.
connect
That's
all the
awesome.
different styles? That's what's
Okay, I
anyway.
guess they're not going to throw away their pot. I don't know.
Oh, just. Oh wow! All right, we need to speed this one up. I want to know, Asa, you've been eerily.
Yeah,
silent,
I want to
and
talk
it's
to
mainly because I
the
haven't
Falcon
asked you a
guy.
question, so that's on
I've
me.
noticed that.
But I want to know more about Millennium
Yeah,
Falcon.
well then ask the questions. Come on, Josh.
I need to know more about Millennium Falcon. What can you tell us?
I would absolutely love to. So
Thank you so much, Asa. All right, moving on.
it was brief. So even before
Executive
guests
Creative
come
Director. That's a
aboard
great
that
name.
Super iconic, amazing cockpit. The experience really begins right outside, where guests are going to get to see the Millennium Falcon parked in all her glory out in front of the local spaceport. Really, the scale of the ship itself is a whole experience.
Yeah, I
in
can't
unto
wait to
itself.
see that. I must admit.
Does
That's
it hold up?
Yes. Oh, it's incredible. I mean, we built so many different versions for our films, and they're all at different scales.
That
we
little
had-
one on the
Oh
hand?
yeah. No, that's one of the most fun. Yes. So
My size.
okay.
So we've had, I mean, we've had a variety of full-size versions as well. You know, and then you see here, there's a 6-foot shooting miniature as well as a 2-inch shooting miniature, and then some, you know, digital versions as well. And they were all slightly different from each other because they were built for different purposes. The one you're going to see up at 2 is the definitive Falcon. It's the real deal, and it's breathtaking. I remember being there and just being amazed, just standing in front of it because it's so powerful.
Anyone else just cry a little bit, or is that just
So
me?
that's
Okay.
Acer and oh wow,
Josh,
that is
It's
so
even better,
cool.
Obviously, when you finally get the chance to go inside, this is something that we knew we had to do as soon as we started developing Star Wars: Galaxy's Edge. We knew that we had to give guests that opportunity to step aboard the Millennium Falcon, but we knew that that wasn't enough, right? This idea that you would just get to ride inside the Millennium Falcon, but we actually wanted to give you the opportunity to control the Millennium Falcon. So guests are going to get to load into that iconic cockpit and take controls of the fastest hunk of junk of the galaxy, and it's going to be unlike anything we've ever offered our guests before. As a pilot, you have the opportunity to either steer the ship left or right or up and down, and it's truly up to you to pilot the ship out of the way of those spires, for example. If you don't, you're going to smash into them. Alarms are going to go off, sparks are going to fly, and it'll be up to the engineers in the back of the cockpit to work furiously to keep the ship in, working.
So if everyone does terrible, the ship just crashes and
Right, it's up to the gunners in the middle to work those lasers and those blasters to truly defend the ship.
So it's not just the pilot, the gunners, the engineers. Everybody's going to have an experience inside this cockpit. That's
Absolutely.
different.
Everybody has a very important role to play, and it's truly up to you and your flight crew to determine the fate of the ship. One of the amazing things about this experience is actually, even when it's over, the story continues. So as you make your way out of the cockpit at the end of your amazing smuggling adventure, even that iconic hallway that you make your way through, yeah. I mean, it's going to look different depending on how you fly. If you had a beautiful, clean run, that hallway is going to be in pristine condition. If you've banged into every possible thing there was to bang into, and
that's cool.
A volley of laser blasts, lights are going to be
What?
breaking, we're going to hear sparks flying. We're going to hear comm chatter about the incredible damage that you managed to cause to the ship.
That is.
And it's an important.
That's a really cool
that you,
detail.
do what you can to bring the ship back in good working order. Hondo Onaka is a very
Yeah. Hondo's cool.
He's a phenomenal boss, but he doesn't take too kindly to those bringing his ship back in rough shape.
We don't take kindly to those people around here.
Hondo Onaka. What was it like to bring such an
Mask
awesome
eater.
character that hasn't been in the
Sorry.
films yet into this world?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, go ahead. It's I had a chance to see Hondo up close, and his transformation and evolution from animated life to real life has been it's uncanny. I mean, we went down and got
Ooh.
all the details right, including getting Jim
Ooh.
Cummings to do the voice work.
Oh, Jimmy Cummings doing the voice. That's cool.
This sculpt that you're seeing here, it's amazing. It was actually based off of a sketch that
Wow.
Dave Filoni had done a long time ago. He'd always sort of wondered what Hondo might look like when he's older. And so working with Dave Filoni and the amazing team led by Neil Scanlon, we were able to bring Hondo from animated form into real life.
That's
I
cool.
hope you guys have something to show us.
That's cool.
Of course, absolutely. So what we'd love to roll for you now is actually a clip of the Hondo Onaka, the boss man himself of Onaka Transport Solutions.
Oh, cool.
Yes, yes. Hello, my friends. I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport
Whoa.
Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in.
That's insane.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's Hondo.
That is Hondo. And I love
That's
that you guys
cool.
brought in Jim Cummings.
The
You know,
voice is
everybody
great,
here know
but
who
the-
Jim Cummings is. He's like the most
The
incredible
math
voice
still
talent
didn't
ever.
feel
He
quite
does
right,
Winnie the
but,
Pooh. He
you
does
know,
Jake
pretty
Bird.
good, pretty
My
good.
greatest fear in life is one day I'm going to get a phone call saying Olaf is now going to be played by Jim Cummings.
Jim
But
Cummings has done
it's
everything.
Just insane. So I digress. Margaret, who else do we have in this
We've
world?
worked with so many incredible voiceover actors, and one of the ones that we definitely wanted to bring back for DJ Rex is Paul Rubens.
Oh, cool.
So
So that's official.
we were
I heard a
super
rumor to that
excited bring
effect, so
him
that's
back,
cool.
and no one was more excited than Paul. He was really great to work
amazing.
with.
He really was
really
incredible.
Okay.
was, and he brought in a lot of inspiration and new lines for us. And let's just say you will be thoroughly entertained in Oga's Cantina.
Anybody else?
Well, I think that's the kind of that attention to detail that I think you guys want from us, right? That level of authenticity.
Well,
kind of going back to these,
people would have been
you know,
mad
classics,
if it
you will.
wasn't. So that's what Disney has to compete with, right?
Love and kind of passionate to making sure that we're kind of working in a way that we think you would want us to. That we are going back to some of these folks like Paul and like Jim Cummings and you know, one of my favorite examples of this is, anybody know this character? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nine up.
I love this story because Ninum, when he was voiced in his original appearance, was voiced by a young man who was a student in the Bay Area at the time. Actually, was from Kenya and spoke a unique dialect and had a unique sounding
Mhm.
voice. But then time passed, and this gentleman whose name is Kipsang Rogich went back to Africa, and we kind of lost track of him. But when we decided we were going to bring Ninum back, for Star Wars
Oh,
Galaxy's Edge,
what? They went
we
to
actually
Nairobi?
went to Kenya, tracked him down to record the original voice actor for Ninum to play. to
Okay,
play
that's
Star Wars
above and
Galaxy's
beyond.
Edge, 'cause we
That's-
think that's the kind of thing you would want us to do.
I'll give you that, Disney. That's
That's
that is
crazy.
crazy.
I love that you guys couldn't just call him on the phone and say, "Can you go to a recording studio?" You all had to fly to Kenya. That's incredible.
Why didn't
I
you
wanna
guys
work.
take me on any?
Too young.
Is there?
Don't have a passport yet.
Fair point.
I'm so sorry, man.
But, you know, there's other great people we have in this too, right? Because not every character that we hear is a character that we can see.
Yeah.
Sometimes those voices come to us from
Maybe
Beyond.
Yeah.
Force Ghost.
Stop
Force is a
speaking
very
Force
in
Ghost. Force
riddles.
Ghost.
What are you saying to us?
I think we're saying that, you know, the Force is a very mysterious thing, and
Yoda?
sometimes maybe Jedi
Luke?
from the past could visit us and be part of your experience.
Specifically?
Maybe a small group
Yoda.
of Jedi.
What?
Darth Maul?
No. I think
Yoda?
There you go.
Wait a second.
Where is Yoda?
Please tell me what I think I want to hear. Who is voicing Yoda for this attraction or this
I
world?
think the name you're wanting to hear me say is Frank Oz.
Oh. You guys are living the dream right
So
now.
where is where
It's incredible to work with the talent.
Where are we going to see Force Ghost Yoda? Where?
It is a once in a lifetime.
Need to know
It really is.
details.
And thankfully, because I think we're approaching this hopefully in a way that you guys will appreciate, we are
In Rise of the
getting
Resistance?
participation of all these people who have been such a classic
Must be
part of
Rise of the
making
Resistance.
Star Wars. Another personal favorite of mine, and it wouldn't be a great Star Wars experience without the music
where?
of Star Wars, And so we've got John Williams.
I guess you see Ray, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, John Williams, we already knew
John
that,
has
that's amazing.
composed some amazing new music for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Thank goodness
And I
he's
gotta
still
tell you,
alive, because
the
he's
music
phenomenal.
itself feels like it's a character, the way it brings these experiences to life throughout our land. And I'm so excited about his participation in this.
It's incredible that you guys also went to Kenya to get that footage unnecessarily.
Yes, we did.
Frank Oz, John Williams, how could this get any better?
You know, Josh, as hopefully you can tell,
They're back-end,
everything
all these
about
panels are
Star Wars
back-ending.
Galaxy's Edge has been about trying to exceed all of your amazingly high expectations and our amazingly high expectations. And one of the key.
It's not going to be a
making this
coke ad again,
truly
is it?
Amazing experience is actually all of you. I mean, for the last 40 years, we've all been playing Star Wars in our backyard with cardboard boxes and, you know, rolled up toilet paper tubes as lightsabers. And we really, really wanted Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to be this ultimate Star Wars playground, a place where, you know, if you want to, rather than, you know, reliving, you know,
That's so
Luke's
awesome.
story,
Sorry,
or
I'm
Leia's story,
distracted.
as Chris mentioned, a place where you can truly live your own Star Wars adventure, right? So, absolutely, there are folks who just want to come ride rides and enjoy the amazing food and merchandise, and that's totally okay.
Space meat.
Space meat. But for those who want to, right? we
So
wanted
much
there
meat,
to be
Chad.
this opportunity
so hungry.
for you to take on a persona, right? To become a member of the Resistance or the First Order or, you know, a rogue scoundrel. So we've been working really, really hard on some amazing technology that'll enable, you know, this to really become a living land.
Can you be more specific and listen?
I can be more specific, yeah. So one of the key ways that we're going to do this is through
So the Play app.
an app called the Play Disney
Yep.
Parks app. It's actually available for download now today.
I
But
like
coming
that
soon
map.
will
That's
be
cool.
your very own Star Wars data pad. So as guests come and visit us at Star Wars
Data pad.
Galaxy's Edge, your mobile device gets transformed into this amazing in-story tool. And it's really built around 4 key functions. And these are going to be the way that you can interact with and unlock a whole nother level
Hack,
of
scan,
storytelling.
translate, and tune.
Batuu and Black Spire
Interesting.
Outpost. So first up is our hacking tool for all those slicers out there. This will give you the ability to interact with some of the droids that you see throughout the land, as well as some of the blinky light panels and maybe even some of the ships.
That's
We
cool.
also have an amazing tool that gives you the ability to actually scan some of the propping that you see throughout the land. So we've got these cargo crates everywhere, for example, and you can use your scanning device to look inside those crates and find out what's inside. We also have a translation device.
Arabic
so much
translator.
of the text and the languages that we'll hear and see in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is not in English, right? So this tool will allow us to understand what that Arabic sign actually says. And then last, we have
That's
a really
cool.
great tuning tool that allows you to tune into the various satellite dishes and antenna arrays all throughout the land and actually eavesdrop on some of the amazing
Cool, we've not
stories
seen
that
like, we knew
Mark
this
Matt
was
and the whole
going to
story
have
team been
stuff, but
developing to give you this whole new layer
this tech is
of
pretty...
storytelling behind Black Spire's Outpost. One other really fun way that guests can all play together and really sort of show your allegiance for either, you know, one side of the epic Star Wars battle or the other is through a game we call Outpost Control. So when the First Order arrived on Batuu, they started installing these surveillance devices and all these blinky light panels that live next to all of the various doorways throughout the land. And obviously the Resistance doesn't love that, right? They don't love that idea. So as visitors to Black Spire Outpost, all of you will have the opportunity to decide who you want to help, right? Which side of this conflict you want to be on. And ultimately this game lasts up until one faction, either Resistance or the First Order, is successful in controlling most of those blips, and then the game begins again. It's just one of the really amazing ways that all of you will have an opportunity, if you want to transcend just being visitors to Black Spire.
I like that. That's kind of cool. You could get, you know, kids involved, do
develop
some
a
stuff.
persona and become inhabitants of this world. A world where, you know, the choices that you make and the ways that you interact will ultimately affect the way that
That's gonna be
the
popular.
story unfolds around you.
Not for the first
I
2
stopped
years.
listening when you first started talking. Can you go
Yeah.
through all that one more time?
You said bring more pictures.
Yes.
So we brought more pictures. Now I want to tell you, I cannot wait for all of you to kind of visit this.
I think it's going to be
location for
better in
yourself,
person, to
really
be honest.
immersed
I
in it
think
with all of your senses.
this is
Chris
going to
and
be
Doug and
great,
everyone else
but
here
I
have
think
talked about. But to give you a little bit of a sense of what Josh saw when he came to visit, we did bring a very recent collection of some footage we shot in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
I
As we are almost
I told you they were filming stuff at Galaxy's Edge like a week ago.
And with that, listen to some
Or a
of
week
that
before the panel,
iconic
right?
John Williams music, a selection of his theme from Galaxy's
Oh,
Edge.
here we go. This is John Williams. Got that Star Wars, everything's sturdy and lived. And some spires. Yeah, it looks amazing. Like, we haven't seen any of that before. Okay, I'm gonna nerd out. That's what they want you to do, though, right? Yeah. Okay. Walking through there is gonna be something. It's going to be even better.
It really is
so
insane. And I truly, and you can testify to this, I did stand in front of the Millennium Falcon and I started to cry. and I genuinely, there was a lot of pollen in the air that day, but it genuinely is, I think you've given all of us a gift that I don't think anybody's fully prepared for. And I just want to thank you all. I cannot wait to go back, get on these rides, which I did not get to do, so don't come at me with pitchforks yet. But to experience this when it opens, and promise all of us that this is just the beginning.
It absolutely is. You know, as I said, we have a lot of Star Wars stories to tell. There's an unlimited number of places we can go, characters we can meet, adventures that we can become a part of. We're so
Not a
glad that we're
Disneyland
able to
resort.
make Black Spire
No
Outpost,
space. But
the launching point for not only those stories, but for your story. And we're so grateful for the opportunity, the time you guys spent with us today, because I want you to know.
So cool.
I'm kind of getting emotional now. Aww. I have a warm hug.
Come here.
Thank you.
How about another kiss on the cheek?
Yeah, no. Oh. Okay, sweet. Thank you, Josh. So, you guys.
What was that?
Hopefully, you guys. I want you to
We
know
can
how
ruin
much
the
love
moment.
and
I love
passion we're putting into this, because we're Star Wars fans. We represent an amazing collection of other Imagineers and our folks that are at the parks. Actually, because they care so much about the fan base, the leadership of Disneyland and Walt Disney World are in this room with you right now because they want to spend time with you guys, the fans. They're here somewhere. That's how much we care. And you know, and we're doing this for you. We're really kind of trying to do this with a fan kind of sensibility. So we're so grateful you spent time with us today. We hope you like what we've put so much love and passion into. And when you get to
That
come
little
and see
clip
it,
package
you know,
has made this all
we hope
worth
that
it.
it's like the culmination of 40 years of dreaming about stepping into that world of Star Wars.
Oh, get it together, Scott. Stop crying. Guys, thank you so much for making the time to come today. Thank you guys for having me back. Let's give everybody a hand, please. As we leave, we want to treat you guys to some more of John Williams' incredible music from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is the first time the entire concert suite has been heard publicly. Enjoy the rest of your celebration. Love you all.
Wow, so that was that. All right, well, that was an incredible panel. It started off a little slow, got to say. Didn't love the Coke announcement, but that end, that package at the end was fantastic. I thought that was great. Lots of real footage of stuff that's just going to be amazing. Lots of details. The fact that Falcon, the exit changes depending on what happens in the ride is incredible. Oh yeah, look, genuinely very excited for Galaxy's Edge, and I think you couldn't call yourself a Star Wars fan if you wanted, to be perfectly honest. I think it looks absolutely sensational. Thanks for watching my video reacting to the Galaxy's Edge panel from Star Wars Celebration. If you have any reactions yourself, please leave them in the comment section down below. On Friday, we'll be back with our regular theme park news in a minute, so tune in for that. In the meantime, you can check us out on Twitter at ThemeParkNut, or our blog is themeparknut.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, cheers.